Okay, Thursday morning. I had some problems with my phone here. I ran out of space. I used up my whole 128 gigs of space, videos and pictures. I haven't downloaded in a while, and so anyway, I had some trouble downloading for some reason, and anyway, I got it squared away now, so that's why you haven't gotten any videos for a few days. But and then I downloaded to my desktop computer, and the 500 gigs that I got when I got the computer, which I thought would last me the rest of my life, I'm now out of space, so I need some more memory for that. But anyway, so I'm down here at the pond. We've been working on the pond hard. But first, before I show you that, I'm going to show you up there. The excavator up there is backfilling the ditch that runs from the pool all the way out to the front of the house. Bob got that inspected, and so they're backfilling all that, all the conduits and everything, and so that part of it will be done. That's good. And then Bob's over there talking to the electrician over there, and then I think this other guy is with the pool cover. They got the metal plates down on the pool for the pool cover. I believe that's what that guy's working on. Anyway, a lot going on today. I got to pick up some of this stuff: cattails, weeds, brush, tree trimming. We got it stacked all over the place because my truck went down. The fuel pump went out. No big deal, but the fuel pump went out, and I ordered one online, and it should be here tomorrow. So I'm using the trailer right now because I have to get some of this stuff out of here because I have to spray. Tomorrow and the next day. I can't have all this brush around here. But anyway, we've been working on this. Jimmy's up top working on the tree up there. Big oak tree that fell over in the wind. He's cutting on that. And weed eating so we can get up there and work. He got it all limbed out, I think. And when he's done with the weed eating, we'll go up and get that out of there. I'm working in the water. I'm in the boat today again. We've been trimming these trees and getting all these cattails, and it's looking really good. I got a few more cattails back in the back there, and a couple over here. We had to work around some bird nests. We had baby birds, and I didn't want to uproot them, so we had to wait till they took flight. So I don't think these guys are gone yet, but anyway, we can work around them. But just taking boatloads of cattails out of here. Trimming these trees. You see piles of this stuff everywhere. Weeds. We've just been weeding. Every day we come out, like I told you, a half an hour a day, which always turns into an hour, hour and a half. And then the last few days we've just been out here all day working, trying to get ahead so we can maintain it. You see the piles of stuff here. It's just piles and piles of stuff. And then like this, the suckers that grow up. This is kind of a bushy tree. All these trees are they're different species, which I didn't really realize before, but which is kind of nice. But this one's kind of a big bush. Anyway, we just cleaned up the bottom just so it's not hanging in the water. We had to get these suckers, and these low branches were in the water, and they start to root. When they're in the water, they actually start to root. You can see right here, here's a branch that we cut off, and then the end of the branch started sprouting roots. Really weird. These willow trees are survivors. But yeah, that's all a big root mass that's at the end of this branch. Just a branch off the tree that was in the water, and so anyway, got a bunch of that going on. But we clean these up, clean these trees up. And like I say, this is just filled with cattails again. I'm having pretty good luck with the boat. Pulling these things. I get out in the boat and I pull them instead of just cut them. I pull them. The ones I can get, you can see like right here, the root balls. I'm getting a lot of the roots out, which I didn't have any luck before. At the other pond we tried that, and I think because these are fresh, when Tom dug all this out, all the new ones that survived, they kind of re-rooted and they weren't as firm in the ground and they were easier to pull. So I think that has something to do with it. But you can see all the roots here that I got. I just pulled them out. I think that's, you know, if we can do it, that's the way to go. But you can see this all nice and cleaned up here. This was just full of weeds. It's hard to see the weeds. They all kind of matted down over the days, but just piles and piles of weeds. But anyway, you can see in here the grasses they planted. There's a bird nest right in there, but I was able to work around that. And those are irises. So I'm sorry, those are irises, but that's not where the nest is. The nest is over there, but really doesn't matter. Trim these trees, got all the suckers out, and just really cleaned it up. This corner, we're working on this corner now. The only part we haven't completely got all the weeds out. We've got a good start on it, but we've got to weed out this corner here. And then of course, in between the grasses, we got it pretty good, but got to go in different stages. Some of the weeds come out, some have to be dug out with a shovel. So we kind of go through and pull everything we can, then we go through with a shovel. And like these guys, these do not pull out. You have to dig them out. They just do not come out. Becoming an expert on weeds as far as which ones pull and which ones don't. You see this section here, this is looking really good. These grasses are coming in really good. And we got them nice and cleaned out. These are the few cattails. There's a couple here and a little bit in here I'll get today. You can see the trees, how we thinned those out and cleaned them up. But the pond looks really good. Nice and clean too. Like I said, I'm gonna finish getting all the cattails, all the trimming, tree trimming is done. And then we'll clear all this brush out and all these weeds and all these cattails. And we trimmed this tree up. I didn't want to take too much out of this because it kind of hides these pipes here until this grass gets growing. We kind of left these branches kind of low. Which from the other side it looks pretty nice. Jimmy cleaned up this pump house really good. Jake Halls is coming tomorrow to rebuild these diaphragms here. They need to be rebuilt. I think I was telling you, it's supposed to be done every few years, and I think these have never been done. These are full of sand, media sand, and we checked those, and the sand still looks good. What happens is the sand gets rounded, and you kind of want it sharp, so it works better to filter. And the sand, anyway, the sand's still sharp. It's not rounded off very much. So he said the sand's fine to leave it, and he's just going to rebuild these 3 diaphragms here, these back flush diaphragms. He's coming tomorrow. Gotta get him up here because we're gonna have to start watering probably next week or maybe the week after. That's what they're thinking. Anyway, this is nice and cleaned up. Got all the weeds out of here too while we were doing it. If you look over there on the edge, it looks really nice. Nice and cleaned up. Mainly keeping the branches out of the water. And this was just, we've been working on this yesterday and today. It was full of weeds. And the less competition these grasses have, the better they do. So we had a problem with the sprinklers, and the landscapers came up and they put all new heads on the sprinklers. And now we're having another problem because they're not reaching completely. They're leaving a little gap in between. But I've already contacted him and he's gonna fix that. Anyway. So we've been concentrating on this. Kind of want to get a handle on it, and then it'll be easier to maintain. The thing is, we started over here. I didn't do this little gully thing right here, the overflow. We never did that. It was just thick from the beginning. So that corner over there and then this is the last two places we have to hit. But the thing is, we started here and this was completely weeded. There was not a weed here. There was grasses and plants, and you can see they've come back already. But they're easier to get now, so we'll start here again and just keep on top of it. And using the trailer, did I tell you the fuel pump went out in my truck, in the dump truck, and maybe I already told you this, but anyway, I got one coming tomorrow. So we're using the trailer to haul some of this stuff out. I got all this stuff, and then we got a bunch of brush down in the lower vineyard. We did a bunch of tree trimming there. Limbs hitting the vines. Cleaning that up. We got a bunch of brush we got to get out of there too. As soon as I get the fuel pump in that truck, we'll start hauling all that out. But anyway, for some reason this grass is doing really good in here. Growing really well. But anyway, so that's the pond. I'll get a video up there too and show you what's the progress up top there. A little later, maybe after they clear out. And I've got to spray. I got to spray the vineyards tomorrow and the next day, weather permitting. And that's mainly why I got to get all this brush out of here, so I can drive the tractor around and up and down these rows. I may be repeating myself. This is the second video I'm taking because the first one I got stopped halfway through, so I had to reshoot the video. So I know if I'm repeating myself, that's why. Anyway, the pond. I think it's looking really good, and like I said, I'll show you the pool as soon as I'm done here. Get up there and get a video of that.